hence the video for business theme tonight.
Thanks so much for the offer. That is my goal, to start back doing video.
Yeah.
So what are you using?
To edit?
No, to shoot your video.
I have a tiny little camera, and I'm a big believer of low rent video, I call it. And it's just a little Sony. I'll show it to you. Oops, hold on one second. You can still hear me, yes?
Yes, I can still hear you.
It's a little handy cam.
Okay.
Sony. Yeah, so it's a little teeny thing. It gets good enough quality. It's 3.1 megapixels. It's mostly the sound. My sound didn't come out on my Social Media 101 because I was recording it on my computer, and somehow my computer glitched, or my laptop, I should say. So now I just record the sound on my smartphone and send me the voice note on sections maybe 15 minutes long, and that's how I do it. It's so much easier, and then I sync it in Camtasia. That's my editing that I use.
Interesting, because I did video last year, and a guy actually shot the video on his iPhone, which was so I keep telling Darren, my husband, I'm like, maybe we should just shoot with our smartphone and then just go from there.
Yeah, it's let the investment. This was a Christmas present or birthday present from my good friends years ago, and I'm just so thankful for it. And you really don't need to invest in a lot of equipment. It's mostly the lighting. I started out with the the Cowboy Studio that you can get from Amazon. And those were just the lights with umbrellas, and that would be good enough. And then I graduated, and I just got the Diva lights, those big square ones that will just flood you with light. And really, it's all about lighting.
I have the Cowboy lights. I got those when I did the Summit. One actually broke, but they were really inexpensive, which reminds me I need to follow back up with the guy because he said that he would repair it. But yeah, that is definitely on my bucket list to get back started doing that.
Yeah. Video is key, and also, I can only coach so many clients a month, and I just realized, if you just make video tutorials, and I can include them in my coaching, or people can just purchase them, and I have a CRM that's the gatekeeper that will do all that for me, and so you can basically watch the video almost the same way you did it with the Summit, which I thought was brilliant. Hold it on YouTube, and people don't rip it off or anything like that. It's pretty good.
How are things going with the Lisa app? I'm still listening. I just got a message.
Oh, sure. Lisa app, they're having problems because just as they were about ready to launch in September, what had happened is Apple changed their apps for everything. I have another friend launching a huge app as well, and it's really set people back. And it's just, Apple's just really made it much harder to get apps in the App Store, which is where you have to, the main place where you want apps. So they're pushed back to December, and they're still in my marketing, and next month's video will be specifically for mobile service providers and renters, and what else? Mobile service providers, renters, and salon suite hairdressers. So it's just a video of marketing for them, which will focus mostly on email, because a lot of those people don't even think of, they just don't do marketing, because if you have a salon suite, you're a salon suite renter, you end up being you're self-contained. You already have tons of clients, but there's attrition. So website important for the individual, and also email marketing. So it'll concentrate mostly on that as opposed to social media in other realms.
Cool.
And so what are you working on now?
I am working on a coaching program, or starting with new people in my coaching program. So initially I was just focused on, I shouldn't say just, initially the bulk of my referrals and clients were from salon owners. And so now I'm trying to drill down, or working to drill down, to get to the individual stylists, because they need more help. And still those mid to small salons still just don't have a lot of the fundamentals. So making a sales case for them and helping them get up to speed. So
hence my videos. That's what I was trying to do. Videos. It's because that's the way to reach them, and they will watch a 1995 video, which a la behindthechair.com. That's the price range that they'll pay for. That's what they get. That's what they understand, and they like to do it by themselves. They don't really like a forum, if you which is unfortunate, because that's the way a lot of corporate people get their information.
But I have seen on Periscope a lot of salons are advertising their consulting services, or stylists that are advertising their consulting services. So I have to believe, and I know that there is a market, and not only a market for the sake that I'm in business, but knowing that salons and more beauty professionals really do want to level up. And when I say level up, they really are looking for, what can I have in my personal toolkit to market my business? Because they see word of mouth just does not work, particularly those that want to grow, those that want to scale. I'm like, you just can't keep doing the same thing for the past 7 years and think you're going to get any type of growth. So just making the store. I know they're out there. So just continuing to package it in such a way that it makes sense. And of course it makes sense, because I think that any business owner knows that you have to make an investment in yourself. Like, for me to ever do coaching was the best thing that I could ever possibly do in my life. And I recommend it wholeheartedly. Some of the coaching programs that I like to sign up for, the ones that are 15 to 25 grand a year, won't even accept me, because they're only looking for people at a certain income level. But that's something that I aspire to. So I said all of that to say that we know that this business, the industry that we target, there are some big movers and shakers. I hardly ever watch TV, but I was watching What Not to Wear. And I saw Ted Gibson, and I'm like, this is like the branding example that we all can use as a benchmark, because here we have a stylist who is now like a mega name. And to just let other stylists know, or other beauty professionals know, this is possible. Like, he didn't wake up one day and like, then he has all of these touch points, but he had to have had a plan. He had a vision, and he put it to work. So just letting them know that as well. Same thing with Johnny Wright, who is Michelle Obama's hairstylist. But he's doing some other things. I read that he's going to do a beauty mastermind. I'm like, So a lot of stuff is starting to click. Like, the makeup show was here, and I met a stylist who I had on the summit, Sonia Rodriguez. She has been doing makeup, but she was like, well, I may want to transition away from that. But her job now is beauty masterminding, like teaching makeup artists. You got to have your portfolio together, but at the same time, what's your vision? How do you want your business to look? How are you going to market your services? So it's starting to click, like, on a higher level, or maybe we're seeing more of it. Like, the fun, like, of course we all have the skills, but then the marketing has to be there. Then once you start to market, you got to get in front of the right people. So it's just exciting to see. So my gut, and I'm intuitively, I know that just so many people are out there. They're just scared and fearful and don't know how to start. So that's how you and I come in, like, really helping to train and teach. And we shouldn't have to make the case. I mean, and not to say from a salesy standpoint, but they know it's here. It's just that they haven't heard it. So putting it into terms that make sense, and so they can see the vision, I think is a big opportunity for us.
I see a big shift as well. No, I see the same shift, and no, I'm so excited and enthralled with what you said, because I do see that shift, and I do think that message is getting out, that people want more for their businesses in the salon and spa industry. The individual stylist is understanding that the clients are changing. They're being drawn to places that do have a big magnet, whether it's through social media or branding. What is that individual hairdresser? What is their brand? How do they make that come alive? What is their portfolio? Where is that portfolio?
Yes.
These are important things to think about. And, hence the subject tonight, video for business. I think video in our industry is and can be so much more of a player in what we do. Where do we house it? How do we show it? How do we make it? Those are going to be key elements. And I think Twitter has been such a help to us lately with Periscope and Blab and Meerkat and even native video on Twitter. It's amazing how much content we can produce now with video, and including and bring in Instagram as well, that our customers can see us, see what we do, and that would attract more business, just not only to the individual but to the salon and our whole industry.
I talked to a stylist who has been doing hair for maybe 27 or 28 years. She started working at, she used to work at Saks Fifth Avenue, and then she worked in another salon in Chicago, and now she has her own salon. And
I probably know her. Is that in Chicago?
Yeah, Galen Rose Salon. She's downtown, right next to Macy's.
Oh, yeah. I do know it.
And told her to do some video, and she did some video, and she's like, well, I want the other stylists in the salon to grow. I have enough customers. But when she did that first video and her clients was like, wow, it was really authentic were the words that they used. It's like, I got a chance to see you in a different light, because she's very pleasant, very polite, like super, just very nice to work with, but she wants to grow her overall business. And I said, Galen, this is the one way for people to look into your business without having to come there, is if you do video, because, even though it can be edited, it still is a way to connect. Like, people will pick up on whether or not it's too they're just going to get it if it's too Hollywood. And so doing some video, and it's just like, yeah, I see what you're saying. Just doing one video a month and pushing it out to the people in my database has huge leaps and bounds. Because we were doing some work, just getting her listed in directories and starting to do a little bit of SEO has brought more traffic into her salon. So it's always just give them small nuggets and show them the possibility. And so video, I can't say it enough. Video. It's just so huge. I mean, even from the summit, people who were on the summit, it's like, oh yeah, people who saw the videos, like, oh wow, I never knew that about you, and I was your client for 10, 15 years or however. I just never knew that there's so many interesting things. So it's just so fascinating how video really can be a mouthpiece for us when we are not able to talk. And I think it's even more personable than Facebook or even Instagram, because it just gives you that 30-second snippet or whatever length of time for people to engage with you. And it's engagement at their own comfort level.
Right, at their own time, their own pace, and they can watch. And if they're drawn into it because you are being sincere, or you're showing some artistry, or you're giving some information, that's totally awesome. Do you have to answer that? You can't.
No, it doesn't.
So tell me about your client that did the video. Hey, Bob Connolly, if you want to join in, we're talking about video for business. Let us know. You can request a seat. So tell me about your client who did the video. What kind of video did she do, and what was it about?
She did videos like top 5 reasons or top 5 things to do when you color your hair, or summer hairstyles, or just different things. Questions that our customers ask all the time. Like, send them to your site, send out a video. And she did those things. And people, and again, it just gave, and the clients are able to reference back when they want to. But more importantly, it was giving information that she often gives, but in a different form.
And where did she house the video? Did she put them on YouTube?
She's placing them on YouTube, but I'm trying to get her to link them back to her site.
Yeah, embed them?
Embed them in the site, backlink them in the site. Just have a whole blog dedicated to videos on the site.
Yeah,
Because believe it
that's
or not,
amazing.
even though it seems like this is what, so 2005 or 2006, still if you were to do a search on Google, a lot of those top five or top or whatever, there's no SEO behind them. So I told her from a local standpoint, she's wide open in terms of being able to own those for her
Yeah.
market. And
Yeah,
so
for her town, for her city, because she'd be the only one, which is it's amazing what you can do with video with YouTube, embedding them in your website, your blogs, and having instead of a gallery of pictures, a gallery of blogs that are videos. It's amazing what you can do with YouTube because YouTube is a huge search engine as well.
well, of course it is because it's linked to Google, but more importantly, again, it's something that people we have the attention span of a gnat, all of us do. So if you have a minute video, especially on something so to me intricate and intimate like hair color,
Mm-hmm.
to me that just takes it to another level. Or something that's very common for African American stylists is, oh, I had a hair weave and now I have alopecia or whatever. What is it that I can do to get my hair to grow back? And I keep telling them nobody has these videos. And depending on who your demographic is, especially like a lot of the millennials, it's nothing for them to wear a wig these days,
Right, yeah.
which is still fascinating to me. But my point is that there are no videos out there about wig maintenance or anything. So that's to the advantage of the stylist, the salon, to become an authority or a subject matter expert in that area, because even though they're telling you the same thing, it just legitimizes it even more if it's in video. So
Yeah.
that's what I'm encouraging you to just start to engage with your customers on a level, because everybody wants to go through YouTube instead of having them go to YouTube. You're the authority, you're the source, you're their client. They have a relationship with you. They're going to trust you. So why not shoot them a video with the same type of information?
Yeah, excellent advice. Bob Connolly and Latino Talk Podcast, if you want to join in and talk about video for business and you have tips or you have questions, please just, there's an open seat for you and we'll ask you questions. You can ask us questions. So just feel free. And Jennifer, on YouTube videos, how have you used them for your business? I'll tell you a little bit how I've used them for mine.
I've used them for my business just to as frequently asked questions or those popular things that customers want to know, and then making sure that they are tagged appropriately. I also go back to Google Analytics and see what keywords are available and making sure that some of those keywords are in there. And then from a local standpoint, really using them for clients in specific markets. So that's what I am advising clients to do in terms of video. I'm starting to get a little bit more into Instagram videos, trying to see how those will work as well. But
after the new year for Salon Spa Chat specifically to drive people here, now that we've got a role and we have a nice show going, we have a nice format. I don't know where Jeff is tonight. I think he's probably just busy. And, Jackie's flying somewhere. I'm sure she's going somewhere wonderful. But I'll be doing Periscopes to promote the Blab, and I'll be doing Instagram videos just almost daily, just kind of saying, hey, we're going to have a show, and Jennifer Jackson is going to be hosting for this, and doing it that way, using the SEO from our search words and so forth, as well as we can even do promotions on YouTube as well, I'm finding out, which is an interesting way. And what I wanted to add for the tagging, we talk about tagging and SEO and keywords in our videos on YouTube, and that's super important. And one thing that I've learned on for Google and YouTube is to make sure that you say what the video is about right up front, as well as right up front in your description, to make sure that that's there, and it's also in the title of your video, and Google will really cement that SEO to that video about what the subject is. A lot of people just post a video without what it's about. The title is in the description or lacking that, and it's lacking right at the beginning of the video as well. You should say this video tutorial is about video for business on Google. And then Google really cements that to that video. And if you are, like you say, you're doing something local and you're doing about hair, alopecia, or wigs, and you're doing it in Chicago, you can really corner the market there.
The reason that I mentioned specifically the one about wigs is because I just pitched that last week to a client because I attended some natural hair summit, and I want to say half of the people there had hair loss due to whatever, and now they're wearing wigs and just trying to figure out what to do, and the light bulb went off. I'm like, here is a whole series of videos that you can do and own it, because I was there sitting there on my phone just looking in YouTube or just doing a search and nothing was there. And trying
I know,
to
it's amazing. I know, and I do wigs as well. I know how to cut them. I know how to style them, and it would be great if I just have models to do that. It would also be for my coaching business to do more tutorials, basically video-wise, for my hairdresser compadres, and it would lead them to, oh, he's a coach for social media in that industry as well. So I'm going to start doing that after the new year, using video, but teaching great conditioners. I have a great conditioner one out there that is widely seen, and basically I take a polymer, I put it on the clean hair, and I use a flat iron with foil on both ends, and I tap it in the hair, and people are going, what? I've never seen that. Well, it was a trick that we used to do in the 80s, and that's an amazing video. I've done a video on shampooing, how to shampoo people's hair, and that it was just a test, and it just blew. So for hair salons and spas, the industry is wide open. If you know something, or you know something about shampoos, you can put it in a video, a 1-minute video, a 30-second video, a 3-minute video is great too. But you can really do some really wonders for your business if you use video, especially Google YouTube videos.
And for selfish reasons, do one on post-hair, or do something about recovery post-cancer treatment for cancer patients.
Like, big one.
Your hair is starting to grow back. Now what?
Yeah, and what can you expect? Yeah, what can you expect? What does our female client feel like? Because that's another part of it, because she feels different. It is different, and I think those videos would be awesome to see.
I'm telling you, just again, for selfish reasons, I certainly am looking for that, and just trying to figure out, okay, what's next? But again, from a business standpoint, that's a huge market. That's a huge market. And not just for October, Breast Cancer Awareness Month, or any month for breast cancer. But when I look at my list of what is needed, again, to coach clients, it runs a gamut. For makeup, for hair, for spa, your first facial, 5 things to ask if you're doing a facial for the first time, or what should your maintenance be like? It's all kinds of stuff. But again, from an SEO standpoint, like you said, state what the video is about, figure out who your target is. Because remember, you and I talked about this a while before. Millennials, when they want to find something out, that 15 to 25 age group, or 15 to 30, the first thing they do is go to YouTube.
Exactly.
I don't need to go to get my hair shampooed. I don't need to get my hair colored. I can just look on a YouTube video. Well, they realize that actually you do, but they're looking for that video to help them address their issues. So it just makes complete sense. And I know if the video is localized, again, for our local clients, if it's tagged appropriately for a local market, there potentially could be a customer.
Mm-hmm. Big time customer. Have you worked with Vimeo at all?
I have. I do. I have worked with Vimeo.
Yeah.
I like Vimeo better than YouTube, but because of the SEO and the availability of YouTube, that sort of just tend to be my default.
Yeah, I think I'm going to switch to Vimeo for my tutorials and so forth, because they have the new gated subscriber thing, and you have to, if you've bought a video bought a video at Vimeo, you would have to go through a password type thing, which, you know, the Google doesn't really have that yet at YouTube. And again, I have a CRM that will do that for me, but the clarity and the precision of viewing for HD versus non-HD, you have the choice on Vimeo to view it that way. Hence, thank God I have the good lights when I do my videos and so forth. But
Yeah.
I'm liking Vimeo coming up for my tutorials.
Mm-hmm.
And so we should also mention for salons, spas, barbers, and the beauty industry, makeup artists, those quickie videos that we can do on Periscope and Meerkat. So what do you have to say about that?
I think that Periscope for, well, I follow a lot of people in the salon industry, so my vantage point is somewhat biased. But I think for for salons, Periscope, again, Periscope Blab, it's just untapped. I have been following a woman out of Atlanta. She's called the Natural Hair Lady. She's a loctician. And she does before and after. She does all kinds of things. And it just gives potential clients and current clients a way to connect and see her work before they even decide to do business with her. So I think that that's one way to show off your work. It actually is starting to, in my opinion, take some traffic away from Instagram because it is live, it's instantaneous, you can interact. From a makeup artist standpoint, I started to see a lot of makeup artists use Periscope. Tia Dantzler use Periscope, and she talks about her celebrity clients, how to build your portfolio. So a lot of beauty industry, because we are so visual and we're artists, they're able to do the artistry, but at the same time talk about the business aspect. So I think that Periscope has been huge. I don't have Meerkat because I don't have an iPhone, but spending time on Periscope, I know that we are the trendsetters on Blab. I know more are coming. So I started to see a lot more. Periscope, definitely huge opportunity, huge engagement for the beauty industry. I think Blab is coming next. I honestly do.
Yeah, I can picture some things that the hair salon industry can really do on Blab. I mean, it is a talk show format, and I know probably it will be available on smartphone and so forth, but that would be kind of shaky. I'd love this format that, you know, we're at a PC and so forth, but I can imagine a hair salon owner hosting Blabs with their clients or special events and so forth on Blab.
Or even for the beauty industry, like hair salons, think about continuing education.
Big
So
time.
you want to do a color class, or you want to do something with continuing education, or before the big behind the chairs big event in New Orleans. A great way to preview who's going to be there. So I think that for our industry, if you're not on these visual, if you're not on Blab, if you're not on Periscope, even doing some type of Google Hangout or webinar, is still such a huge miss. Still such a huge miss. I was planning to do a Periscope from the makeup show that was in Chicago recently and just didn't get a chance to do it. But I'm like, what a huge opportunity would have been to go around and talk to people. They do it in the other industries, social media. It's nothing to see other people from social media hop on and do a scope. And so I think it's just huge opportunity for our industry. Did you see Gary Vaynerchuk last week came out with a new fitness video?
Oh, yes, I heard. Yeah.
Brilliant. I'm like, why can't we do that? For us, it makes absolutely a ton of sense. So we have to take some of those best practices, some of those key learnings, and apply it to our industry, because to me, that was huge.
Yeah. And Instagram video, and I don't see a lot of Instagram video. It seems to me like it's like Snapchat. If somebody's on Instagram and they're making videos, they have a built-in audience that's kind of contained. But overall, people aren't doing video on Instagram.
Plus, it's so super quick. It's like, oh, boop, and you're done. So for us, not a whole lot of things. I mean, I guess maybe you can preview a new service or preview something that's coming, but not a lot of engagement
Yeah, you're not going to get a lot of engagement. And, I wrote the book, Snapchat for Salons and Spas, and Snapchat is still growing. I don't use it. I wrote the book on it and I learned it, and it's great, and I still recommend it for salons and spas. But I think that if you have a contained audience and you have an age range, it's not for Twinkies anymore. It's not just for the kids. The adults are using it. They're having fun. But if you're doing Snapchat, which I do recommend if you want to dive in, I think it would take you about 3 months to build your audience of your own clients, and you have to do specials on it. You have to do lead stories. You build up your stories, your videos, and end up with the POW at the end. You're releasing this product for such and such, and you can really show off your work with Snapchat. So I do recommend Snapchat out there, but it takes about 3 months to build up an audience.
I would say it's similar to Facebook and Twitter, like depending if you're really trying to be targeted. I mean, when even now, I don't know, I know you're the big Twitter guy, and I spend spend more time on Facebook and Twitter, probably equal amount of time, but it still would take time to build an audience. It's not like the audience just comes overnight if the audience is targeted.
Yeah, if
you have to really go out and get those. And so knowing what the engagement is, how you want to interact with people, I think it's worth doing, taking your Facebook and Twitter strategy and applying it to an Instagram strategy and applying it to Snapchat. Because I've started to work to build my audience on Snapchat now.
Good. Then you can help the rewrite and the update for Twitter. You can have it. Like I did it with a co-author who she was awesome, Leah James, and she was the Snapchat queen at the time. And but we need to update it. We would need some more some more salon related stories. So if you have them and you want to do that, you want to go in that book, let me know, because it's a wonderful lead magnet for our business, but it does teach people how to get into Snapchat.
I know we're talking about video for business, but I think one thing that we still can touch on is that Twitter expanded that a couple of months ago. I think that you can now follow more people. Remember that? And I think using embedded videos in Twitter and engaging with people has been really valuable. So another way to use video in social media, using those targeted lists that I have and sending out videos that way has helped me. And same thing for salons, spas, makeup artists. We talked a little bit last week about promotion, but a great way to use video as a promotion, or reminding people to come in during the holiday season, or just sending out the 30 to 45-second video to your email list saying, hey, love to see you. It's the holidays. You want to look cute or whatever. Come on in.
And it's still not widely used to use video in email and so forth, or even video in Twitter when you're actually trying to give a message to somebody. I think that's great. It's brilliant.
I would even challenge people to use email video that way more so than doing text.
Yeah. Oh, big time. Because they're seeing you, and people don't shut that down. They're more interested. They're more intrigued. What are they going to hear? What are they going to say? Because
Facebook showed that once they started allowing you to do their own video, they're getting more engagement, and those videos travel more than the text. So hence why we really should all be doing video, because you just get so much more momentum, so much more bang from video. I mean, even though my best practices says a video should be between 2 and 2.5 minutes, but I was watching a 9 to 10 minute video today in some private Facebook groups that I'm in. I'm like, wow, these videos are 10 minutes, but it doesn't seem like 10 minutes because the message is so compelling. So I'm listening to what the people have to say. But if you're not doing video, folks, it really, 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 even though it seems like, oh, it's so passe, everybody's doing video, we really aren't. And it's just such a great medium to use, given how we like to interact with people today.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think if we just polled our clients, and as you said, you had a long list of videos you'd like to see in the hair salon and spa, but if you just polled your clients what they're searching for on YouTube, what they're searching for, what they're looking at, and also look at your own Facebook, what are you getting caught up watching? You're caught up watching just that one little snippet of somebody saying something that you like this person, or and you know they're going to say something funny. You can do the same type of things, and it does not have to be expensive, which I want to talk about the production of video as well. You and I were talking about lights, cameras, what kind of things you use. I always tell people you don't want to spend the money on video because it's not fleeting, but you still want to keep on building your content, and the older videos are great and they help you and people will find them for those subjects, but you want to keep on making them and be consistent with them as well, because after a while you will build an audience with your videos. So don't go expensive, and just make sure, I think lighting is the most important thing.
So what Jon-David is saying is you don't have to spend $2,000 of getting a DSLR camera. Because
no.
even if you were to buy it, it's going to take a minute to get up to speed. So you clearly could use your smartphone. You could use, and I have some lens, but you could use your smartphone. You can buy a lighting kit from Amazon for $100 for 2 of the umbrella lights to get started, or you can even use.
You can get 3 now.
You can get 3 for $100.
Yeah, you can get the shorter one with the umbrella, with the 3. You get 3 lights, the screw-in fluorescent-y, brighty ones, and one umbrella will be silver and black, and the other 2 will be white, and that's for $100 now.
If you wanted to get if you wanted to get a backdrop, you can go to a fabric store and get a white or black backdrop. That'll cost you about $5. So your initial startup cost to start with video, I mean, everybody has a smartphone. Get the lighting. I think the biggest investment would be in learning how to edit the video, but you could easily get started for $150.
Yeah, easy. And the thing about videos, when you first start out, just get the information down and you edit as you like and have a bumper at either end. This is what it's about, and the end. This is your website to go to. If you like this video, here you go. That's really the most important thing. The graphics, anything that's under here or up here, my video tutorials, there's usually something going on here that I can add. They call call-outs, and you don't need to spend a lot of money on video editing software. Your Microsoft and your Apple will have video software in there. Start out with that, and if you get traction, then you can invest a little bit more and learn a little bit more. And it's really fun to edit videos. I don't know if you like doing it. I like it. It's fun, but it can take a little time at first, so give yourself the time. And if anybody wants to jump in the open seat, we're talking about video for business. If you have any questions or you have anything to add, we'd love to hear from you. So just jump in the open seat.
And so as Jon-David mentioned, make sure that you talk about in your video title, this video is about how to choose a hair color for the spring or for the winter. And the video can be however long, typically 2 to 5 minutes is probably a best practice. Make sure there's a call to action. Make sure that you are tagged in that video. So this video is by the Mafia Hairdresser. For more information, go to mafiahairdresser.com. Tweet me, follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, whatever. So make sure there's a call to action. So once I tell you about how to select a color for the fall, contact me or whatever it is that you want the client to do. We have to tell the clients, or we have to tell the people who are watching the video what to do. We have to tell them what to do because they're not going to do it, even though intuitively could have had the greatest video available. But if there's not a call to action, I think that's a huge missed opportunity that we still keep seeing videos and there's nothing there. So
yeah, exactly right. And YouTube is awesome because they have a bunch of clickables that will go in front of your screen that will pop up and say, hey, if you like this video, subscribe. And then, hey, if you like this video, call me for an appointment. You can add those and layer them in, and you can change them. So if you have specials and so forth, you can go back into your videos on YouTube and, for a month say, hey, this is on special for until this time, and then you can change that and bring it back out. So video is great for promotions.
And that is part of your call to action. Like this video, share this video, give me comments, give me feedback, tell me what kind of stuff that you want to see me talk about. All those are call to actions, and what better way to get ideas from the people who are watching your videos. So yeah.
And what are some other things that your clients are using video for?
That is about it. I'm trying to get some of the clients who want to do teaching to start videos, who want to teach classes to start doing videos for classes and things like that. But primarily just teaching clients how to use video to engage their audience and for SEO purposes. Hi, Jeff.
Hey
Jeff. How's it going, buddy?
Good. Sorry I'm late. Thanks for allowing me in here.
Yeah, we're going to kick you out. How's your holiday season going for you?
Good. I didn't really do anything for 4 days relative to online anything, so it's really nice, actually.
I was editing video all day and producing video all day on Turkey Day, and I just, everyone assumes that, I'm single, so everyone assumes I'm going here, going there, so I just kind of hunkered down, and I didn't.
Got it, you didn't. What'd you do, Jennifer, anything?
I went to Detroit with my husband.
Okay.
So we drove to Detroit. So spent time over there.
Family time, yeah.
Yeah. And
go ahead.
Sorry. Go ahead. No, you go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, is that how close? Is that like a 3-hour drive or something like that, or
like 4.5 hours from
okay.
Chicago? That's a good little ways.
Yeah, it's about the same from Indy. Yeah, it's about that far.
Yeah, I've had some fun in Detroit. That's what I mean, nothing I can mention here, but I've had some.
And every time I go to Detroit, I just think from an industry standpoint, probably about 10 or 15 years ago, the Wall Street Journal named Detroit the African-American hair capital of the world. So a lot of hair goes on in Detroit. Yeah. A lot of hair. So pretty big.
I did not know that.
Huge.
Well, they referred to that in the Chris Rock movie that he did about hair. What was that? I forget what that movie was called, but that was really good.
It was awesome. Yeah, it was awesome.
Where they went all over the world and showed all the Remy hair and all that that kind of stuff. Yeah.
A lot of hair weave, a lot of wigs, just a lot of hair is done in Detroit. Just tons and tons of hair in Detroit. So even more progressive than Chicago, to a certain degree, LA, Atlanta, just a lot of trend in hair. It may be some of the hair that you might not see in certain settings, but just very, very, very known for doing different types of hair. So very good case.
Yeah, it's called good hair is what it's called. Yeah, good hair.
Good hair. Is that you Googled it? Yeah. It was a great movie. Great movie. Things I did not know.
Jeff, we're talking about video and Jon-David, not to take over. And Jean, Chung. Jean, are you there? But
hey, Jean, you can join in. You can jump in a seat if you like. So Jeff, tell us video for business. I know you have opinions.
I think if you're gonna, I don't know what you guys have said so far, but as far as like, if you're trying to use it to get some attention, I mean, obviously, you put it on YouTube and you'd write nice descriptions and things like that. And then if you're putting it on your website, I don't know if this is kind of techie stuff, but the schema, like, like for instance, like when I just typed in Chris Rock in the movie, hair movie, like a description of that comes up, but there's and you can do some research for those of you guys that are interested in this to get some extra SEO. It's called schema.org, schema.org. and what you can do is put a little code with every video that you post on your website, so that way it's searchable by Google is basically what that does for you. And so, but if you are using video on your website trying to get traffic, you probably are best served to do it on YouTube.
Schema. Huh, I'm looking that up.
And then just if you look up like video tag or audio tag, it's just a way that Google can actually find your stuff by crawling your website, as opposed, because video, there's no other way they can really figure it out yet. At some point, I'm sure they will be able to. But yeah,
so
videos,
you need to explain this more. Did you know about this, Jennifer? I did not.
I did not. Please share, Jeff.
This is you need to expand. It's schema. I have to look at it's
SHEMA.org. And what it is, it's microdata. It's called markup language, and it's something, it's been around for a while now, but like a lot of clients that I help, there's different tags. Like there's movies, videos, audio, real estate agent, small business. But what this is you put it on your website, and then you answer some questions. Like if you're a small business, you answer, your location, your hours, the services that you provide, and then it's tagged within your website that way. So when Google does index it, you index better because it's the data that Google can easily search. So it's a pretty powerful tool for SEO. But the video, I kind of learned a lot about it just from, doing podcasts and stuff and trying to figure out how for Google to find my podcast where you didn't have to write like a ton of show notes or something, you know what I mean? So anyway, yeah, it's, and if you're using WordPress websites, it's like really easy to put it in, actually, very easy. Like I'll do it automatically.
So it's a link. Now I'm writing this on the sideline here for anybody that wants to know more. There's a how to boost your
the
SEO.
KISS metrics, that's probably a good site too.
Yeah, that's a good one. They're going to tell me some stuff. Wow, they gave me some good information.
Oh,
so this really helps the web browser connect that video to your website and help you.
Right. Well, like if you look, like if you're going, I'm looking at the link you gave me, but like if you search anything in Google, you'll notice how Google, like sometimes it'll have like really good, like broken down information, and then other times it won't because nobody's really using schema data within that thing. But if you are using it, then you're going to show up at the top because Google really likes that, because most people aren't using it. I mean, that's kind of like when I'm doing consulting for, like website plans and stuff. That's like the first thing you add, and it shoots people. It shoots people to the top. So.
I need a Skype call just about schema, Joe.
Yeah. My God. You just gave this whole show.
But there you go. Yeah, I mean, but. Yeah, it's kind of like it was a pretty big deal in the SEO world, actually, because it's kind of like when you first learned about cut and paste, how cool that was. That was like my happiest day ever, Remember that? I mean, I still remember. I was like in college, and they're like, "Oh, really? You could just copy? Oh, wow! Oh, that's a good idea." Yeah, that wasn't a great idea to do it then, but what
my ex is a techie. He's in IT, so he'd always like help me over the years, and yay, cut and paste into pod. And now I'm just doing crazy stuff like beyond that. But he'd teach me just the shorthand, the short tabs on the keyboard that I use now.
Yeah, but I mean, I think,
wow, this is great. One click, I can do that.
Yeah, I mean, like having a computer is just all about increasing communication. So that's really, if you can kind of get figuring out different ways to communicate to Google, it's going to help you out a lot. That's definitely one. Yeah.
And to anyone who joined, cut and paste into pod, and who else just joined, Techno Disciple. If you have anything to add with brilliance like Jeff just gave us about video and how to embed it or make it much more SEO friendly for our websites and how to use it for business, please jump in an open seat. I will kick you out if you are dirty, nasty people. But So that was great information. I can't wait. That's my homework because I'm embedding a lot of my videos into my website, and it would be
Yeah.
lovely to have them not just build up my YouTube channel, but to
Well, you have you're using WordPress too, right? Are both you guys using WordPress? Or,
Yes.
yeah, yeah. So it's really easy. Like there's a couple plugins. Maybe send me an email. I'm not on my regular computer here, but send me an email, you guys, tomorrow or something, and I'll send you the plugins because it'll do it automatically for you. And then especially the small business. It's something if you're a salon owner, or anyway, I could get carried. Yeah, never mind. But
get carried away.
I mean,
great stuff.
That's our industry.
There's definitely thing. There's like a thing. If you go to, let's see here, I'll put the link in. Google schema checker. Let's see. I'll type it in my computer for those of you that can't tell. And then, so it's what Google calls it. I put schema checker. Google calls it this. I'll give you the link here. The structured data testing tool. Mm-hmm. So you can go in right now and type in your website to see how Google sees sees your site, right? So by accident, you might have some kind of schema on there, but the cool thing is as you add schema, you can always go back to this tool to see if you're doing it right or how Google's seeing it. And it's just a really helpful tool. But for the salon owners and business owners, the one that there's the local business schema is the one that you ought to at least, that'll be like a minimum standard on your site just for the fact that you just go in and it answer, there's like maybe 15 questions that it asks you. And it also asks you on one kind of cool thing about it, or another cool thing is it asks you your longitudinal and latitudinal location. So that's kind of important. And it's easy to find that out. You can type in your address like on Google Maps and it'll give you that, but then you put it into your schema, and then that way when people are, when Google's doing search by location, they're going to know, exactly where you are, and you'll show up better in search results. Like if you're downtown Chicago and close to Grand Avenue or whatever, type in closest hair salon, and the hair salon that has the right longitudinal, latitudinal, I think I'm saying those words right, it'll pop up first. So it's really powerful. It really works well.
That is very powerful. Yeah. And we'll have to snippet this alone and market that, because that was a great video, right? Right.
And then another thing, you can kind of go too, kind of a techie thing, like you'd use that structured data testing tool, and if you want to like check salons in your area or your competition within your area, put their website into that tool and see if their stuff's right or if it shows up. And if it does, then maybe, but if it 9 times out of 10, it probably won't. It's just kind of a way to get ahead of the competition with Google and move up the ladder. So
they really are not there, which is what Jon-David and I were talking about. Still such huge opportunities for us just in terms of getting our sites listed. The schema information is huge. I think this is it. This has been my night, been my month.
Yeah.
And the new month has just started. It's starting tomorrow, but
I'm so happy I hang out with you people.
Yeah. No, well, thanks. But yeah, it's really, it makes a huge difference. It's like, it makes people really happy when you consult with them and tell them.
Thanks, Intipod.
Yeah, for real, for sure.
Does anybody, Intipod, do you have any questions for Jeff or Jennifer or myself on video for business, or even website crawlers and all that good stuff for your business? Maybe you already know something and you want to add to it. We got 5 more minutes. So call in, please. Open seat. So that was cool. This is a great show. Great show. And you'll be able to watch any of these podcasts that we're creating here. We're just creating a nice Blab podcast. And you can go to salonspachat.com and we'll house all our past episodes. And this is episode 5, I think it is. It is 5. So yes. Yeah. welcome to happy 5-episode anniversary, y'all.
So exciting. So one thing that I will be doing, I did it the first episode and I will be doing it, is just emailing my list each week to let them know and inviting them to join Blab and doing something for them. Like, hey, if you join our Blab, we'll maybe do a live mastermind or something once we get a little bit momentum. Because again, Jon-David and I were saying that our industry is definitely present on Periscope, or I shouldn't say that. I follow a lot of stylists, but it seems like we're there. And to even get us more engaged in this platform, I think it's just nothing but upside for us. So.
Yeah, and I'll be promoting these salon spa chats on Periscope. I'll do it from probably the Mafia Hairdresser link to push it this way. So that'll be kind of my weekly job to do that. And now that I think we have a nice rhythm. Thank you, Intipod. He says, all of you keep up the good work. And yeah, feel free to join in when there's an open seat. And if you're new to Blab.im, these are great open forums, and we really like to help people and talk to new people. So Jeff, what do you got coming up, dude?
Well, dude, let's see. Just kind of finishing up some stuff. Nothing in particular.
No more vacations?
No, not for a while. Not till January. We're going to go to Mexico in like late January. So, but a couple. They'll be here before you know it. At our age, like 2 months is like nothing. At my age, I should say. You guys are.
I'm older. I'm old. No, I'm older than you. I'm way older than you.
I'm trying to be nice. Yeah. No, but anyway.
That's
yeah.
nice.
But if I do have, and I think I said this a couple weeks ago. If you go to my website now, it's Jeff Demaree, DEMAREE.com, and I've started a new podcast. So I have a couple that'll be on iTunes, but it's going to be local business related stuff, like I just talked with Schema, but just different things. So that's kind of exciting for me. And I think I told you that before. I mean, salons are brick and mortar type businesses, so I'm kind of transferring some of my knowledge over to other brick and mortar type businesses, but still working with salons and hairdressers and all that good stuff. So there you go. Who's our host next week?
Is it Jackie or is it me?
I think it's you. It's you. Is that okay?
Yes.
Right. You're on.
So I will have my topic to Jon-David by Wednesday.
Sounds good. I look forward to it. And as soon as you light it up, and you can also, if you start your Blabber and schedule it, you can change the name of it between now and then. But if you start it, I can embed it as soon as you email it me, and then I can start promoting it, say mystery or whatever, and then I can change it over.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So there we go. Thank you all for being co-hosts of Salon Spa Chat. You are brilliant and wonderful people, and we love sharing our prosperity information with people. And continued happy holidays to everybody.
Thank you so much, Jon-David.
See you guys next weekend. Yeah. Good to see you guys. Yeah, if you need things, shoot me an email on that stuff. So.
Yes, absolutely.
All right.
Oh, yeah, we're getting into this. Yeah.
All right.
Thank you. Yeah.
Take care.
All right. Thanks. Bye.
Bye. And thanks, Intipod. I will follow you here. Let me click you up. I am now following you, a techno disciple. Cool. Nice meeting you. We'll see you next week at 6:30 Central Time. Over and out.